2 years ago, I made one of the best investments that helped me progress my filmmaking. It cost me $90 and it's right here. It's this Super 8mm camera, and I got it for $90 locally on Craigslist. And in this video, I'm going to tell you guys why I still shoot Super 8 film in 2021. You can skip around the chapters below, but I'll tell you a bit about why I love to shoot on Super 8 film, how much it costs me, where I get my film developed, all of that in this video. Skip around in the chapters below if you want. But basically, I bought this Super 8mm camera because I wanted to get back to why I started filmmaking. I started filmmaking when I was, I think, probably 9 years old. I saved up and bought a little camera so I could just film everything going on in my life. I love doing that. I don't even know why. And as it's progressed, it's become a job. I go on a lot of big productions, and that's super fun, and I'm grateful to have that work. But at the same time, I was just drained. I found on personal trips, like when I would going out skiing and all of that, I just stopped bringing my DSLR with me because I was tired of looking at life through a lens, and I just wanted to actually enjoy it myself. So 2 years ago, I looked around and I bought one of these Super 8mm cameras. I looked all over eBay and all of that and found this locally, 90 bucks from some random person. And my goal was to shoot my entire summer on Super 8. And you're seeing some of those shots right now that I shot with this. I shot 3 rolls of film over the entire summer and made one of my favorite films that I've ever made. There's no real story or anything, but the moments that I captured were priceless to me. I'll call them the in-between moments that I wouldn't have taken out my iPhone or my DSLR for because maybe they're not very cinematic, or it just felt weird to have a digital camera in someone's face while we were on these trips or doing whatever we were doing. But it felt natural to take this camera out, and I just found one of the main benefits of shooting on Super 8 is that people interact with you differently when you're shooting on a film camera because it's less threatening. If I come up to you when you're eating an ice cream and I come up with an iPhone and I'm taking photos or videos, I know for me it's like, oh God, are they sharing that right now on Instagram? Are they gonna make a story? I get a little bit self-conscious almost, but if someone comes up to you and you're hanging out and they shoot on this thing, it's like, okay, this film probably won't see the light of day for like a year. It's clearly a bit of a joke. It's gonna be low resolution. And I find people are more playful and just a bit more relaxed when I'm filming them on this camera right here. So that's why I'm very, very happy to be shooting on Super 8. And I'm trying to shoot 2 films a year on my YouTube. You can check out the link below to my kayaking video on Super 8 and my year in review on Super 8. And yeah, I'm gonna keep shooting Super 8 for the rest of my life, 2 videos a year, I hope. But we'll get into the breakdown of actually getting into Super 8, what you need to do to buy a camera and how expensive it is. So finding a good Super 8 camera, I would say eBay is the best bet, and Japan is heavily trusted in providing some of the best Super 8 quality cameras, Super 8mm cameras that are in good quality. Just look at the seller's reviews and make sure that they're like a super seller and have good ratings. So the first camera I bought was this one. And then I was on a road trip and it fell off the top of our RV and broke, which sucks because I lost all that footage. So I had to buy an identical version of this. So the original one cost me 90 bucks, and then I had to buy a replacement one. I could only find one on eBay for $230, I think it was, Canadian. So you're looking at the kind of $200 to $300 range for a good working Super 8 camera on eBay. I know that's not cheap. It kind of, the whole ordeal of shooting Super 8 is expensive. But just look for something. I would recommend getting a Super 8 camera with a zoom. This is the Canon Sound 514 XL-S. All the links are below for this gear. Yeah, get one with zoom. I think it's pretty fun to utilize the zoom feature on here. And then just look up some reviews. And I shot everything in 18 frames a second, by the way. I recommend, you kind of want that old jittery look, so that's why I got a camera that shoots in 18 frames a second. Now let's talk about film stock. This is one of the biggest mistakes I made when I shot my first Super 8 film. My entire summer I shot 3 rolls and made a big mistake. So I somehow misinterpreted it the tutorials I found, and I ended up buying a Super 8 roll that was 500T, which 500 tungsten. I thought that was for kind of outdoor summer shots. Turns out it's the exact opposite. That's like low light indoor shots. So I shot my whole summer on 500T film, which is okay, but it just looks a little bit blue. Instead of having that warm, like grainy feel, it's a little bit blue, as you can probably tell. So here in my hand now, I have a 500T and a 200T. Now I am going to retire the 500T stock, and I'm gonna shoot either on 200T or 50D. I shot my summer kayak video, that was all on 50D, and if you're shooting in kind of a warm, summery environment, that's what you wanna shoot on, probably the 50D. If you're shooting indoors and it's dark, 500T is better, and 200T is right in the middle. So that's what we're talking for film stock. They are 60 Canadian dollars per roll of film. Again, not cheap. Welcome to the world of Super 8. So 60 bucks for that. And we'll get into the additional costs. So by now you've paid $200 to $300 Canadian for your camera, another 60 bucks for a roll of film, and a roll of film at 18 frames a second gives you about 3.5 minutes of developed Super 8 film, so not very much. And then you've got to get it developed. And I'm on the West Coast, I had to ship it to the East Coast of Canada, and I got it developed at Niagara Customs Labs. Super easy, I just shipped them the Super 8 roll, that was $20. And then I had to pay them $40 per roll, and I got my Super 8 developed into 2K digital format, and they just uploaded basically a digital file for me onto Google Drive that I could download. And that's basically the process. Just find someone as close to you as you can that develops Super 8 film, and it should be about 40 bucks. And I have to say, the day that you get your first roll of Super 8 back, or even your 10th roll of Super 8 back, is so exciting. Because by then you've kind of forgotten about what you shot on your Super 8. You don't remember all the shots very clearly, and you get it back and it just looks like a dream. And that's why I love shooting on Super 8. I think it's really helped me get my love of filmmaking back and remember to shoot those moments that aren't just cinematic and beautiful, but more just like the human moments in between when you're like waiting for a coffee or you're having a beer with some friends at the brewery. You probably wouldn't shoot that on your DSLR because it would feel weird, but you know, I'm trying to capture a bit more of the behind the scenes of my life just for myself, and I've had a good time doing that. Actually, even right now next to me, I've got this disposable camera. Another goal of mine this year is to shoot 12 of these in the entire year, so one a month, and just kind of capture those boring moments of my life, you know, whether it's a dinner, just things that I wouldn't take my digital camera out for, or that I don't want to disrupt with my digital camera. So that's about it. Let me know any Super 8 questions you have below. I've tried to link most of the gear below as well. Feel free to check out my other Super 8 videos and my filmmaking workshop, which is how I make my films. That's linked below. Let me know any questions. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.